Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Bay Area Collegiate League matchup here at the College of San Mateo between the West Coast Kings Black and the Menlo Park Legacy, the first place Menlo Park Legacy in the BACL. Today I'm joined by our official scorekeeper, Gabe Bernstein. Gabe, how are we doing today?
Good. It's great to be out here, and I'm excited for my first broadcast with you, Victor.
Yes, today is our first broadcast. We're filling in for Nate. Not here today, unfortunately. He will be here the rest of the summer, but today you got us. Today we're working with Jesus Munguia. Munguia is an all-star nominee for the Legacy. He's been around. We've seen him a couple of times. He's been very sharp every single time we've seen him, Gabe.
Yeah, it's really a treat as a viewer when he's on the mound. And it figures to be another great outing for him today.
Leading off the inning for the West Coast Kings Black, right fielder number 11, Josh Paris.
So we got Josh Paris stepping into the plate here. Due up first, we're going to give you the lineup for the West Coast Kings Black here. Leading things off, Josh Paris. After him will be Michael Aikawa, followed by Brandon Clisby, who is pitching and DHing today. Jacob Johnson, the third baseman, followed by Carter Stout in center field. Gio Martini at second. Angel Rivera will bat seventh. Drake Poitras will bat eighth. And Ethan Lopez will bat ninth. On the mound, like we mentioned, Jesus Munguia for the Legacy. First pitch right there was a foul ball to get things started. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Ringer will throw over to the first baseman. And we got out number one here to begin play. 87 miles an hour right there on the sinker from Munguia gets the ground ball, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Michael Aikawa.
Of course, ground balls are what a pitcher's looking to get out of their sinker, and Munguia is working with a complete starter's mix. Is it 5 or 6 pitches that he mixes in there?
Yeah, we got 6 pitches from Munguia today. He's going to go to 3 different types of fastballs. He's going to go to the regular four-seam sinker that we just saw right there. Cutter. Got the cutter, the changeup, curveball, and the slider. As that ball is lifted deep into left field, chasing the left fielder back, but he'll have plenty of room to make the play, and that is out number 2 for Munguia. Munguia going to the fastball right there, a little bit more vertical carry, gets the fly ball out.
Number 27.
And that'll bring up Brandon Clisby. Like we mentioned, Clisby is DHing and pitching today for the West Coast Kings. Munguia kicks and fires. First pitch. Popped foul back behind the Legacy dugout. And just like that, it's 0-1 to Brandon Clisby.
It was a quick 2 outs on 4 pitches for Munguia. And there's nothing more that you would like to start the afternoon than a real quick top of the first. And there's a grounder.
Ground ball to third base. And Thompson will fire over to Florio. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Munguia. When we come back, it'll be the top of the order. Baker, Daniels, and Wong due up for the Legacy. Sixth pitch, first inning for Jesus Munguia brings us to the bottom of the first inning. Kieran Baker will step in here. Left fielder today for Nick White's ball club, hitting .349 on the season for the Legacy.
Leading off the inning for the Legacy, the left fielder, number 24, Kieran Baker.
On the mound today for the West Coast Kings Black, it's Brandon Clisby, who's featuring a two-pitch mix. We saw him warming up with a fastball, sitting around the mid-80s, and then a slider. First pitch is in there for a called strike from Clisby, and that'll be strike one.
And Clisby pitching and doing the DHing for himself today. If I remember correctly, Josh Rhodes on this same Kings team DH'd for himself a couple weeks ago as well. So
yeah, the Kings, a team that definitely likes to pitch and DH the same guys. A smaller roster than we are usually accustomed to seeing, although in the BASCL you usually see a lot smaller rosters as a slider gets a swing and a miss from Baker right there. So the count is 1-2 on Kieran Baker. Slider sent into center field. First steps back, then races in. The center fielder will make the play, and that'll be out number one.
Couple of sliders there from Clisby. Looks like they hung up a little bit in the zone.
26, Donnell Daniel.
Yeah, definitely a couple of pitches there that we saw that could have been potentially damaged pitches, but so far so good for Brandon Clisby, as that'll bring up Donnell Daniels, a two-hole hitter. And an all-star nominee for Nick White's ball club today, as first pitch is high, ball one. Going to give you the lineup here for the Menlo Park Legacy. Leading things off, we just saw Kieran Baker fly out into center field. Up to bat now is Donnell Daniels, the right fielder. Tyler Wong in center field bats third. Blake Cowens, the designated hitter, will bat cleanup. Nick Thompson, the third baseman, bats fifth. Kyler Bittner, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Ethan Payne behind the plate will bat seven. Will Florio at first bats eighth. And John Ringer will round things out, batting nine. On the mound, of course, we saw Jesus Munguia in the top half of the inning, as that'll be outside for ball two. So Donnell Daniels has a hitter's count now, 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch to Daniels will be in there for a called strike.
This early in the game, his first at bat. First time seeing Clisby, probably was taking all the way.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to swing on a 3-0 count there, Daniels. 3-1 pitch coming from Clisby is in there for a called strike. So after working a 3-0 count, Clisby works his way back to a 3-2 count. And now we will see a payoff pitch. Two fastballs right there on the outside part of the plate, 78 and 79 from Brandon Clisby. As that ball is lined into center field, chasing the center fielder back, will have a play. And two quick outs here for Brandon Clisby. Carter Stout so far, a lot of work out there, as we'll give you the defensive alignment for the West Coast Kings. In left field, Drake Boytress. Center field, we've seen Carter Stout make a couple of plays already. Josh Paris is in right. From third to first, we have Jacob Johnson, Mike Aikawa. Second base is Gio Martini, and at first base, Angel Rivera. Behind the plate, Ethan Lopez. Slider in the dirt, ball one to Tyler Wong. Wong this year is batting .418. He's getting on base pretty much half the time. .494, slugging .552 with 15 RBIs. Ball two right there to Tyler Wong.
And without question, Wong has been the biggest bat in this Legacy lineup. A extremely well-deserved All-Star nomination for him. And, of course, that All-Star game will be tomorrow for the BACL.
Yeah, Tyler Wong definitely the most deserving Menlo Park Legacy players. 2-1 pitches coming foul back on the slider right there from Clisby. The 2-2 pitch right there from Clisby was fouled back, so we'll do it again. Tyler Wong from Tufts, like we mentioned, is having a great year for Nick White's ball club so far. The 2-2 pitch. Chopped over to the third, but it will go foul, so we will do it once again. Tyler Wong is definitely a player that has seen a lot of pitches, not only in this at-bat, but in the at-bats that we've seen from him so far this summer. Definitely not a surprise that he has a 500 on base percentage, essentially.
Yeah, it's a rare sight that there's a batter up there, and it's just as likely he'll get on as get out.
Like we see again, Tyler Wong working a very long at bat. Slider ball 3. And so now we will see another payoff pitch coming here from Brandon Clisby. Payoff pitch. Slider chopped back to the mound. Traditional PFP. Clisby will run it over to the base himself.
Maybe
and that'll do it.
untraditional
A little
PFP.
untraditional PFP right there as Clisby runs over to first base, and that'll do it for the Legacy. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Jesus Munguia back to work. Welcome back here at the top of the second inning. Have Jacob Johnson, Carter Stout, and Gio Martini due up. Jesus Munguia is back to work after a 6-pitch first inning.
Batting fourth, third baseman, number 17, Jacob Johnson.
And Munguia's first pitch kicks and deals is a fastball line into the second baseman. Second baseman will make the play over to first, and another quick out for Munguia. 7 pitches, 4 outs. Definitely a pitcher's best friend. Definitely happy with that also as manager Nick White.
Batting fifth, center fielder, number 24, Carter Stout.
And the shorter these at-bats are, the fewer of Munguia's pitches that these Kings hitters get to see. Should give him an advantage going deeper into the game.
Yeah, and like we mentioned before, Jesus Munguia is a guy that'll feature 6 different pitches. So if the West Coast Kings are going to keep giving you quick outs and give you the ability to pitch deeper into this game, Jesus Munguia is definitely going to take it. Second pitch of this at-bat is lined foul, so we've seen a couple of fastballs so far from Munguia, and both of them have been for strikes. A strike called and then a foul ball right there. Up to the plate is the center fielder Carter Stout from De La Salle High School. We saw him make a couple plays in the bottom half of the inning. The 0-2 pitch is a slider that misses the zone by a little bit. Munguia will throw another pitch here to Stout. And the 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Down goes Stout. First strikeout of the day for Jesus Munguia right there on the slider.
Saw Munguia shake off the catcher Ethan Payne either once or twice on that. Stuck with the pitch he wanted to deliver and got the swing and miss. Strike 3.
Yeah, we saw him throw the slider the pitch before, missed his location, went back to it, got the swing and miss right there on Carter Stout. First pitch to Gio Martini is low, ball 1. Gio Martini out of Heritage High School bats in the 6th hole today, playing second base. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball, strike 1 right there. Munguia goes to the fastball, 87 miles an hour. Definitely the legacy pitcher that brings the heat the most, 87. Can run it up to 90 at times. As the umpire calls time. And we'll reset here. One pitch from Munguia is line into center field. Kieran Baker. Excuse me, that's Tyler Wong out there making the play. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Jesus Munguia as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless here at College of San Mateo. Welcome back in here, bottom of the second inning. Blake Cowens, Nick Thompson, and Kyler Bittner do up for the Legacy.
Inning for the Legacy. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 4, Blake Cowens.
Brandon Clisby back to work here on the mound for the West Coast Kings. Blake Cowens is up to bat out of Skyline, hitting .267 with a .400 on-base percentage. Definitely not every day you see a catcher with an on-base percentage of .400. Also, not every day you see a catcher hitting in the fourth hole. Of course, Blake Cowens the designated hitter today, but usually a catcher. Lines one into left field, and that'll be a quick first out for Brandon Clisby.
Batting fifth, third baseman, number 5, Nick Thompson.
Nick Thompson stepping in, the 5-hole hitter, and 2 through 5 in this Legacy lineup were nominated for tomorrow's All-Star game by Coach Nick White.
Yes, just got the confirmation this morning from Coach Nick White that we have a lot of All-Stars on the Legacy team, including Nick White himself, who will be headed to the All-Star game tomorrow.
Yes, as the leader of the BACL's first-place team, White will be the coach for the All-Star squad.
Definitely a well-deserved honor for Nick White right there. So 2-1 the count. 2-1 is the count to Nick Thompson. The pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball swung right over it. 79 miles an hour from Brandon Clisby. Will bring the count to 2-2. 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Nick Thompson out of San Francisco State is hitting .288 on the season. Another guy with a very high on-base percentage, .447. Guy that can definitely do it all. Swings from both sides of the plate. Plays all over the field. I believe hit a home run yesterday for the Legacy, as that ball is lined into left field. And that will drop in there for a base hit for Nick Thompson. And the Menlo Park Legacy have their first base hit of the game. First base hit for either side, as that'll bring up the catcher, Ethan Payne, or excuse me, the 6-hole hitter,
Batting
shortstop
sixth,
Kyler
the
Bittner.
shortstop, number 8, Kyler Bittner.
And Thompson's home run in the Legacy's last game, a big one, and the end result ended up being an 8-7 one-run win. So, home run, most efficient way to score, and made big impact on that result.
So Kyler Bittner is the batter now. 0-1 is the count to him after the foul ball. Kyler Bittner, we've mentioned a lot of guys who have high on-base percentages. He's also one of them, .429. He's only hitting .235 as the runner goes. Thompson on his way to second. The throw down will get him by a lot, as he kind of got wrangled up there at second base. That'll be the second out. Great throw from the catcher, Ethan Lopez, to record the second out there. Pitch on the throw down was a ball, and so that'll make it a 1-1 count. Slider will be outside, just misses for Clisby. Kyler Bittner, 5 RBIs on the season out of Kenyatta College. Another guy who's able to play all over the infield for Nick White's ball club as the fastball misses wide, ball 3. Like we mentioned, Kyler Bittner, a guy that has a very high on-base percentage, definitely because of at-bats like this where he sees a lot of pitches. He's a guy that struggles to get hits, but will get on base a lot, which you will absolutely take. As that pitch is wide, ball 4, and like we mentioned, Kyler Bittner will take his bases, and maybe that caught stealing right there in that last play definitely stings a little bit for Nick White.
The catcher, number 15, Ethan Payne.
You have to think, Bittner on first, he has 10 steals in 11 attempts this year, and even though Thompson was caught, could still be undeterred. Legends have been aggressive on the bases all season long.
So stepping up to the plate, another Kenyatta Colt, Ethan Payne, hitting .238. A late addition to Nick White's ball club, but a very welcome one, as you always need catching on any team, as he spoils the first pitch. Dom Nahar gets beat to the foul ball there, as the Legacy always have a lot of fun with their foul ball antics. Not necessarily chirping to the opposing team today, but I'm sure we will see that at some point as that pitch is lined into right field. The right fielder will let it drop foul.
Are we missing the bat boys and bat girls today?
Yeah, it doesn't look like we necessarily have a ball boy or a bat or a ball girl. So the Legacy will be retrieving their own baseballs today, which I'm sure they always enjoy. It also looks like we have a different first base coach, usually one of the players. Today it's Brandon Gatson with the visor. 0-2 pitch is wide as there goes the runner Bittner, and he will be safe as the ball trickles up and hits him, but he'll be safe regardless. So, like we mentioned, Bittner always a threat on the base path, steals another base his 11th of the season.
And with 2 outs, getting that runner in scoring position makes that probably one of the most common steal situations.
As that ball is grounded over the first, another quick out there for Clisby. Headed to the 3rd inning here, still scoreless at College of San Mateo.
With a fly out to left.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Welcome back in here, top of the 3rd inning. Still scoreless here at the College of San Mateo.
First baseman, number 33, Angel Rivera.
Leading things off is going to be Angel Rivera against Jesus Munguia, who has been very economical so far for the Legacy. Munguia kicks and fires. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 86 miles an hour on the fastball right there. Exactly how you want to start an at-bat. Exactly what he's been doing all day so far. Filling up the strike zone, getting quick outs.
Economical for sure. Only 15 pitches into the game, and it is the top of the 3rd.
That's music to everybody's ears, including everybody in the press box. We always love pace of play here. 0-2 pitch from Munguia. is a fastball that catches the outside corner. Strike three, second strikeout of the day for Munguia.
"17 pitches
Batting
and
eighth,
15
left fielder,
strikes
number 19,
for
Greg
Jesus
Poitras.
Munguia."
Absolutely music to the ears of every single pitching coach out there listening. And every manager, of course, who doesn't love using his bullpen often. First pitch is in there, little low. Excuse me. So it'll be a 1-0 count there. Munguia going to the sinker. And the 1-0 pitch is popped foul to the 8-hole hitter Drake Poitras, playing left field today out of San Ramon Valley High School. One pitch to Munguia. It is lined back into center field, a base hit. First hit issued here for Munguia, first hit for the West Coast Kings. And that'll bring up the 9-hole man, the catcher Ethan Lopez.
Batting ninth, the catcher, number 16, Ethan Lopez.
First pitch is low there. Munguia, who had been 7 up, 7 down before the single from Poitras, will now face Ethan Lopez, and a little bit of stress on the base paths as he'll have a runner on for the first time.
And a bit of a silly coincidence, Ethan Lopez in the box and Ethan Payne behind the plate, and both are catching today for their respective teams.
As Munguia goes to the cutter there to get a swing and a miss. Runner goes, and he will be safe. Umpire didn't signal, but runner definitely got there before the throw, so he will be safe. Stolen base there by Poitras. Brings a runner to scoring position now in a 3-1 count. A little bit more stress. Definitely something that we haven't seen Munguia in today, as that pitch misses wide, and that'll be ball 4 to the 9-hole man, Ethan Lopez, bringing back at the top of the order in Josh Paris.
Now batting, right fielder, number 11, Josh Paris.
And common knowledge, but you never want to walk the 9-hole hitter, and now we've got 2 on for the leadoff hitter, Paris.
Yeah, definitely something you never want to do. A cardinal sin. We talked about something that pitching coaches love, something that pitching coaches hate. Issuing walks to the bottom of the order, as Munguia did on that last batter. First pitch misses low, and now we're going to see the catcher Payne go out and talk to him. Definitely a worthy mound visit here, as it looks like Munguia is maybe struggling with command a little bit, something we hadn't really seen him do, as we mentioned at the top of the inning, that he had thrown 15 strikes and 17 pitches. And now a little bit more shaky here with runners on base. Definitely could be a little bit of a byproduct of working out of the stretch, which is something that he hadn't done.
Yeah, making that transition for the first time in a game, it can get to pitchers.
As the fastball at the top of the zone is fouled back there. And so that'll bring the count even 1-1. Definitely you like to see that if you're Ethan Payne, a mound visit and then a strike. And the 1-1 pitch to Paris is a swing and a miss. Going to the cutter there to get the swing and miss. And so that'll bring it to a 1-2 count.
Great spot for double play grounder, or swing and miss will work too.
We're going to the changeup there against the lefty as he lines one foul. Everybody collectively held their breath there for a second, as it looked like it could hook fair, but definitely goes foul. Going to the changeup, potentially looking for that ground ball double play like we were saying. Goes to the inside move, no throw. So just keeping the runner at second, Poitras honest.
Nick Thompson a little bit in at third, ready to cover if needed.
As that pitch is lined foul, 95 miles an hour off the bat right there of Paris. Maybe a little off timing going from the changeup to the fastball, and we'll do it again here, 1-2.
Harris has been battling, but it doesn't quite look like he has his timing against Munguia.
It definitely looks like his timing is off a little bit here, but 1-2 count. He's seen a lot of pitches. Definitely is not a great battle here from Munguia as that pitch curveball misses high. We've seen him miss with his breaking balls up a little bit so far. Looking for him to change his sights here. 2-2 pitch is fastball that misses wide. Ball 3. So Munguia, after getting a 1-2 count, allows 2 foul balls and then 2 balls in a row. And we'll see a payoff pitch here. Is a pitch that's lined into right field. Daniels will let it drop in front of him. The runners will hold, so it'll just be a single that moves everybody up, and the bases are going to be loaded now for the 2-hole hitter, Michael Aikawa.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Michael Aikawa.
A little bit of a jam shot from Paris, only 69 miles an hour off the bat, but still solid enough line drive contact for the base hit to right.
Yeah, he went to the cutter right there, jammed him a little bit up and in. I think that was a good pitch. Unfortunate that the result was not good as well. First pitch here to Aikawa is in there for a called strike. Going to the fastball, always good to see with bases loaded. Sticking with your main stuff, getting the first pitch strike right there to Aikawa, the 2-hole hitter. 0-1 pitch. Goes to the breaking ball outside for ball 2. Excuse me, ball 1. So the count is even now to Aikawa. Bases are loaded here. Top of the 3rd inning, still scoreless, as that pitch is fouled off. Cutter there brings it to 1-2.
And in a bases loaded 1-out situation, Munguia's mindset can be full-on competitive mode, try not to allow any runs or limit the damage. Pop out there tends towards the first option.
Goes to the slider there, gets the pop fly. The infield fly rule was in effect, so even if the ball was dropped, it was going to be an out regardless. And absolutely something you love to see right there with bases loaded. You need either a ground ball double play, a pop out, or a strikeout. Gets the pop up right there, keeps everybody where they're at, keeps the score 0-0. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Brandon Clisby, also the pitcher today, as he'll look at the slider in the dirt, ball 1. Maybe hesitated a little bit to swing right there. Could be something that Munguia keeps in his memory bank for later. As the umpires call time here for Munguia to tie his shoes. Munguia set, shoes are tied, 1-0 count here to the pitcher Clisby. Bases are loaded, 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2.
To continue the point a little bit about the bases loaded situation, sometimes a defense will, and a pitcher might pitch to contact, maybe concede a run with the infield back, knowing that it's more important to get out of the inning and avoid the big inning than go for it completely.
2-1 pitch here is fouled at the plate. Bounces on top of the plate. Umpire quickly picks that up. And that'll make it a 2-strike count now, 2-2. Yeah, like you mentioned, sometimes they might play the infield in with 2 outs. Not going to happen, maybe on the previous batter. But Munguia was able to get the pop out, so nobody moved up. 2-2 pitch coming to Clisby. As that ball will be rolled over to the shortstop, who will throw over to first. A little bit off the base will be Will Florio, and that'll allow the first run to score for the West Coast Kings. So a fungo to short, and Bittner's not able to field it properly and make the throw over to first. It'll be an E6, which will allow the inning to continue.
Jacob Johnson.
And like we mentioned before, the bases will remain loaded as Jacob Johnson will come up to the plate. First pitch is grounded back to Munguia. Just like the previous inning, this inning will also end with a PFP. 1 run is all the West Coast Kings will get. Bases loaded, 1 out. Munguia is able to limit it. We will head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 West Coast Kings.
Leading off the inning for the Legacy, batting 8th, first baseman, number 22, Will Florio.
Bottom of the third here at the College of San Mateo. It's 1-0 West Coast Kings black. Will Florio, the 8-hole hitter, 9-hole hitter John Ringer, and leadoff man Kieran Baker are due up for the Legacy. Brandon Clisby still on the mound. So far has been very solid for West Coast Kings. First pitch to Florio is outside for ball 1. Clisby maybe slowing down a little bit. Saw him at 79.80 that last inning. First pitch there to Florio was 76. 1-0 pitch will be low in the dirt for ball 2. Will Florio this season has been one of the bigger power hitters for the Legacy. However, has not been very good at getting on base. As he will swing and miss at the high fastball right there.
Sometimes that's a trade-off between hitting for power and getting on base. The best of the best do both, but it's not too common.
Not very common. Sometimes you will see power hitters struggle to get on base, make that sacrifice to get a little more juice in their bat, a couple extra doubles, a couple more home runs as he bounces one over to third. The third baseman will field it cleanly. Throw over to first, a great stretch by the first baseman, as that'll be the first out of the inning for the Kings. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, John Ringer.
A great pick over at first base
Batting
by
ninth,
Angel
second baseman,
Rivera.
number 26, John Ringer.
And that's very textbook right there by Rivera. You want to make a big stretch to eliminate that big hop. Does it right there. John Ringer on the season hitting 120 out of Norwich University. First pitch from Clisby is high, ball 1. Fastball right there misses ball 2, and so John Ringer will be in a very favorable hitter's count.
Ringer getting the start today with Ryan Farr starting the game on the bench for the Legacy. Ringer's been in and out of the lineup a little bit. It was good to see him in the lineup today.
John Ringer getting some at-bats in here for Nick White. Like we mentioned, Ryan Farr has been that guy at the top of the order, middle of the order. Definitely made a lot of great plays over at second. Today it'll be Ringer. as that'll miss high. Something that Ringer will definitely do, as he has a 371 on base, is get on base right there. A 5-pitch walk will bring the top of the order in Kieran Baker.
Number 24, Kieran Baker.
And just like the Legacy do, the West Coast Kings will allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base via the walk. Kieran Baker, the incoming freshman here at the College of San Mateo. First pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball at the heart of the plate as Baker's not able to catch up to it.
And it might just be a perception, but it seems like the 9-hole hitter walked. Comes around to score more often than other base runners.
That's definitely a baseball person thing to say. I mean, we notice the 9-hole guy scoring via the walk more often than we notice the leadoff guy scoring via the walk. As Baker lines one into the gap, that'll get down for extra bases. The third base coach will wave Ringer around. He will come. No, he will hold him. So, initially waving him home there, Ringer is eventually held up there. Only one out on the board as Kieran Baker gets the double. And that'll bring up Donnell Daniels, the All-Star nomination for the Legacy, with 2 runners in scoring position.
And there's the top of the lineup, moving up that walked runner.
Like we mentioned, the perception is that 9-hole hitter walk usually comes around to score, or at least play into the scoring a little bit. First pitch to Donnell Daniels is outside for a ball.
And the top of the lineup coming up after the 9-hole hitter makes it, probably grounds it a little bit more than just perception.
Donnell Daniels out of CSU East Bay, hitting .340 on the season, will sky one deep in very shallow left field right there. The shortstop ranging over in foul territory will make the play. Ringer will not be able to tag as he will be held at third, and that is a very unfortunate second out for the Legacy.
Nice job calling for the ball by the shortstop Mike Aikawa and by the third baseman Johnson for yielding to him.
Definitely some good communication is something that we've seen both for the Legends and the Legacy. Now due up Tyler Wong, who will bang a slider in the left field. That'll chase the left fielder back. It'll be over his head. Both runs are going to come in to score. Tyler Wong doing Tyler Wong things with the 2 RBI double. And the Menlo Park Legacy are back on top. It's 2-1. Tyler Wong doing exactly what he's done all season, hitting for doubles, hitting for extra base hits, 552 slugging on the season, brings up the 4-hole hitter Blake Cowens.
It's been day in and day out, that same hard contact from Tyler Wong. Those are his 16th and 17th runs batted in this season for the team lead.
98 off the bat right there from Tyler Wong on the double, giving the Legacy the lead, 2-1. Blake Cowens looking to extend that as he lines one in the left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Tyler Wong will be held up at third, as there will be runners on the corners now for the 5-hole hitter Nick Thompson.
The All-Stars at the heart of the Legacy order, giving Clisby a good bit of trouble here in the third inning.
Number 5, Nick Thompson.
Yeah, All-Stars doing what All-Stars do, adjusting second time through the order after you've seen a guy. Nick Thompson, the hero of the last Legacy game, will be due up now with the runner in scoring position. Runner goes as that pitch is popped into left field. Left fielder, third baseman converging. It'll be the left fielder making the call. Putting that away for the third out. Nick Thompson pops out to end the inning. 2 runs come across the score for the Legacy. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning, 2-1 Menlo Park.
Carter Stout.
Welcome in here, top of the fourth inning. It's 2-1 Menlo Park over the West Coast Kings Black. Carter Stout will lead things off as we're awaiting the umpire to get back behind the plate. Fetching a couple of balls here. Jesus Munguia back to work, has been pretty solid so far outside of the rough top of the third inning where he allowed an unearned run on the error from the shortstop Bittner. As that pitch is grounded to the shortstop Bittner, who will throw it over to first a little low and will allow his second error of the ball game. As Will Florio is unable to pick at the top of the inning, we saw a pretty good pick over by the West Coast Kings first baseman. In the bottom half, we don't see the same for the Legacy.
Now batting, second baseman.
Really
number 5,
rough for
Gio Martinez.
Kyler Bittner to have his first couple chances turn into errant throws. Definitely not what he wants to back Munguia up with.
First pitch here from Munguia is low for ball one. Gio Martini, the second baseman out of Heritage High School.
On the other hand, if you're Munguia, you love to see that after a tough top of the third inning, as Martini grounds that one into right. You love to see the offense pick him right back up with the 2-run rally.
Yeah, definitely a vote of confidence if you're the pitcher. Something the Legacy have done all year is hit, especially with the heart of the order, like we mentioned. They're all all-stars.
Angel Rivera.
So far here, 2 runners are on base in the top of the fourth inning. Munguia has definitely struggled these last 2 innings. First pitch here is in the dirt for ball one. Batter is Angel Rivera. We saw him make a nice play over at first. Now the ball will find him with 2 runners on. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. 1-0 pitch from Munguia is outside for ball 2. Back pick from the catcher. Payne will be late. Very close play there at first. Unfortunately, just getting back in is the runner at first.
Nearly caught Martini sleeping.
Yeah,
Really a shrewd back pick from Payne.
Heads up play there for Ethan Payne. 2-0 pitch is inside for ball 3, and Munguia continues to struggle with his command here. Very uncharacteristic of Jesus Munguia, who is also nominated an All-Star by Nick White this morning. The 3-0 pitch is in there for called strike, so battling back in the count is Munguia. 86 miles an hour there on that fastball to get the called strike on the outside part of the plate.
Munguia leading the team in innings pitched, and there's a roll 'em up for 6-3 double play.
Absolutely what you want to see, a 3-0 count to a strike to a double play, and just like that, the West Coast Kings have 2 outs on the board, and a runner at third as well.
Now batting, left fielder, number 19, Drake Poitras.
Sparky Bray will welcome his first runner at third base. Sorry, not his first runner at third base, but he will welcome a runner at third base. Sparky back at the helm of the West Coast Kings as that pitch is fouled back. Last time the Kings were in town, Sparky was on vacation, and now he will be back here. Definitely always a welcome sight to see Sparky's ball club in town. We've seen them a lot this season so far in BACL play. The 0-1 pitch after the foul ball is a breaking ball in there for a called strike, and just like that, 0-2. Absolutely loves to see that. A little bit of a struggle with command in the beginning of the inning. Rolled up a double play, now has 0-2 to this hitter. Still not out of it, but so far a very great bounce back for Jesus Munguia. 0-2 pitch is fouled back there, so we'll do it again.
And there's the ball boy.
Yes, the ball boy showed up a little late, but he is here, and the Legacy always encouraging their ball boys. As there's some action going on in the West Coast Kings bullpen. Nobody throwing yet, but looks like there are some guys moving around. The 0-2 pitch. Slider, swing, and a miss. Munguia gets his third strikeout of the day, and that'll take us to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 2-1 Menlo Park. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, the West Coast Kings have made a pitching change, so Brandon Clisby's day is done. In a pitch now is the lefty Ryan Rodriguez. So on warm-ups, Rodriguez is featuring a 3-pitch mix, fastball, slider, changeup.
Clisby subbed out as a pitcher, but manager Sparky Bray does not lose his bat in the lineup. Clisby is now the DH for Rodriguez.
First pitch from Rodriguez is popped into right field. Bittner flies out to start the inning, and that'll be a quick first out. So that'll bring up the catcher, Ethan Payne.
Now batting, the catcher, number 15, Ethan Payne.
Always a fun time when we get new players here. Ethan Payne was added kind of halfway through June. Always a scramble to get their jersey number. Today he's wearing number 15. As the first pitch from Rodriguez is inside. Ball 1 to Payne. Seeing a little bit of firmer stuff here than we saw from Clisby. A little tougher on the legacy hitters, especially from a lefty. 81 on the gun right there from Ryan Rodriguez.
And to close the line on Clisby, it was 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs on 4 hits, and a pair of walks on 53 pitches.
Hitters count here to Payne. 2-0 pitch will be in there for a called strike. Rodriguez so far loving his fastball. 4 pitches, 4 fastballs. 2 of them have been strikes, 2 have been about out of the zone. Two-one pitch coming to Payne. Goes to the breaking ball there, outside for ball 3. Solid slider right there, 73 miles an hour, a little bit of a tighter pitch than we're used to seeing. Three-one count coming to Payne. Will be in the dirt for ball 4, so Payne will take his base, and that'll bring up John Ringer, the 9-hole hitter. Will Florio will be doing up the 8-hole hitter.
First baseman, number 22, Will Florio.
So the Pirate Boatman himself, Will Florio, will be due up now.
Back his first time up, he grounded out to third base.
Looking for a little bit of better fortunes here. Second time. Of course, he's facing a different pitcher now with Rodriguez on the hill. First pitch is skied into right field. That'll chase the right fielder into foul territory, making a very long running catch, and he will just miss it. So Will Florio will have a second chance here, as that ball was off of the right fielder's body.
And a really, really good effort by Parras to run that one down.
Yeah, Parras covering a lot of ground on that last play right there. Almost got to it, a ball that was being beaten by the wind. So we'll see an 0-1 pitch here now to Florio. As the home plate umpire calls time very late there. Rodriguez was about to deliver the pitch. Sparky not happy there, but nothing you can do about it. So we'll reset and do it again here. 0-1 pitch. And Florio will take in the dirt, gets by the catcher Lopez, and heading down to second is the runner on first, Ethan Payne. So it'll be a 1-1 count now to Will Florio with the runner in scoring position. Payne taking 90 feet on that wild pitch. One pitch coming to Florio, as he will sky one into right field, giving Parras a second chance, but he will not try and show off his range that time as that ball goes foul.
I may be a little gassed by the first foul ball chase.
And definitely no reason to show off your range and waste a little bit of energy right there, as that ball was clearly going to land foul. So after the foul ball, it'll be a 1-2 count to Florio.
Rodriguez trying to settle in and find the zone for the Kings. Walked the Payne with one out. Had the wild pitch, and now Payne's dancing around on the base paths a little bit. So,
as Will Florio crushes one in the center field, that ball's chasing the center fielder back, but he will have a beat on it, and he drops it out in center field. So the ball is dropped in center field. Payne had to hold up, make sure it was caught. It wasn't. Will Florio will dig into second base on the two-base error. Ethan Payne advances to third base, not able to score there. And so that'll be two runners in scoring position for the 9-hole hitter, John Ringer.
And that's costly from the center fielder, Stout. I mean, that's the difference between 2 outs and a runner on second, and now we've got runners on second and third, 1 out.
And very interesting considering the fact that it looked like Stout had it pretty timed up. Looks like he lost his focus there. As might rattle the pitcher Rodriguez now on that slider. And Sparky Bray is not very happy right now with his defense. Making his pitcher throw a couple extra pitches here. Potentially allowing the Legacy to add on to their 2-1 lead. 1-0 pitch coming from Rodriguez is a fastball that'll catch the zone. So that'll even up the count 1-1 here to John Ringer. Ringer awaits the 1-1 pitch. Rodriguez taking a little bit of time. 1-1 pitch coming, will be in there for a called strike. So after a little bit of a struggle with his command, Rodriguez getting 2 strikes here on John Ringer in 3 pitches.
Kings infield back, except for the third baseman Johnson on near the cut of the grass.
So assuming a ball goes to third base, it looks like he will be going home. Runner will obviously be going on contact. 1-2 pitch is wide ball 2 right there.
It looks like a ground ball to second or short should drive in a run.
So the count is even here to Ringer. 2-2 pitch coming. Will be wide ball 3. Going back to his fastball right there. Saw the sinker on the previous pitch. And with the base open, you can walk him. However, the leadoff man, Kieran Baker, is awaiting on deck. We've already seen the 9-hole man be walked twice. 1 for both teams. Ringer has already been on base via the walk. 3-2 count. He is fouled back right there from John Ringer, keeping this at-bat alive. After the foul ball the other way, Sparky Bray, the manager, signaling his right fielder to move a couple of steps to the right. Paris potentially anticipating a ball being hit into the opposite field. As Ringer awaits a 3-2, choked up, will draw his walk. Second walk of the day for John Ringer, increasing his on-base percentage, which was .371 coming into the day. Definitely not what you want to do if you're the West Coast Kings, with Kieran Baker at the plate now and the All-Stars are waiting in the wings.
Yeah, the Legacy have the bases loaded on 2 walks and an error. Kind of a shadow rally.
Definitely a couple of gifts here from the Kings to the Legacy. Let's see if they'll be able to cash in. First pitch to Baker is out in there for a called strike. Umpire a little bit late to make the calls at times. Does rule that one a strike right there. 0-1 the count to Baker. On deck is the All-Star nomination recipient of Donnell Daniels, CSU East Bay, at the plate, Kieran Baker, College of San Mateo. 0-1 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Swinging over the sinker right there.
Rodriguez has a lot of options for what he wants to go to here, just maybe does not want to spike a breaking ball. That's usually an option in an 0-2 count, but probably not here with a runner on third.
Defensive alignment looks the same. Corners are in now. First baseman also playing in as that pitch is fouled back by Kieran Baker. Up the middle, we still got the second baseman and the shortstop playing at normal double play depth. So obviously the double play ball is now in order. So after a walk, we see a quick 0-2 count. Of course, we saw that in the last at-bat with Ringer going down 1-2, working his way back for a walk. 0-2, 1 out. Pitch coming to Baker will be wide. A great play by Ethan Lopez there to keep that ball right there and not allow it to go to the backstop. Would have been a run for the Legacy.
Absolutely, a spry save from the catcher there.
So the count will be 1-2 to Kieran Baker now. Baker awaits. 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez will be fouled back. Baker staying alive here in this at bat. We've seen a couple of foul balls from him now. Obviously what you want to see from the top of your order, putting up some tough at bats.
And Rodriguez challenged him there with a pitch up in the zone, and Baker did not get beat by it.
Usually a pitch you see in 2 strike counts, that fastball up. Perhaps a little too low there. Sometimes you see it above the zone. 1-2 pitch coming. Will be wide. Going to the changeup there.
The longer this at-bat goes on, the better chance it seems Baker is going to have.
The more pitches you see, the more familiar you are with the pitcher. The 2-2 pitch coming to Baker here, as he will foul another one off. Keeps battling at the plate there. 80 miles an hour on the fastball. Looks like he's alternating right now between fastballs and off-speed pitches. Yet to throw a slider here to Baker in this at-bat. We've seen the changeup, we've seen the sinker, we've seen the fastball. Two-two coming. And the breaking ball misses outside, ball 3. So the count will be full now. And after an 0-2 count, Kieran Baker, a couple of foul balls later, has fought his way back into this count, 3-2. Saw the slider right there, like we mentioned, hadn't seen in this at-bat.
A keen eye from Baker. A little bit of a risk to take that one. A lot of our BACL umpires have been calling pitches a little bit off the plate outside.
And now he'll take a very easy ball 4, allows the run to come in to score. The Legacy are going to add on 3-1. So after an 0-2 count, Kieran Baker with a phenomenal at-bat to work a walk and get the RBI.
Now batting, right fielder, number 26, Donnell Daniels.
And Nick White will make a very quick pinch running opportunity here. He'll take it, and John Ringer will be out of the game.
Stevie Murata.
And that'll bring in Stevie Murata into the
And your
game.
attention, please. Fort Menlo Legacy, pinch running at second base, number 34, Stevie Murata.
Haven't seen Murata get into these games, so potentially Nick White giving his guys some opportunity here. So the All-Star nominee, Donnell Daniels, will be at the plate with the bases loaded. First pitch coming to him will be lined into center field. The center fielder will race over and make the play this time. The runner will tag. Heading for home is Will Florio. He will score. It's 4-1 Menlo Park Legacy.
Now batting, center fielder, number 7,
Daniels
Tyler
now has hit the
Wall.
ball in the air 3 times, and that was just what he was. That's just what he would have been looking for there in that situation. Drives in the run with the sacrifice fly.
Great at-bat there for Daniels, jumping on the first pitch, lining in center field, getting his 16th RBI of the season. Runners at first and second do not move up, so they will stay there. And that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Tyler Wong. Already has a couple of RBIs on the day.
He and Donnell Daniels, the RBI leaders. And the Legacy could do a little bit more damage before this inning comes to a close.
Yes, Tyler Wong at the plate. Blake Cowan's on deck. A couple of very dangerous hitters here in this Legacy lineup. So Wong in a favorable count now, 2-0, the pitch coming. Rodriguez kicks and fires as Wong will ground one over to the third baseman. Third baseman will go the easy way to second. Get the force out of Baker, and that'll do it for the Legacy in the bottom half of the fourth inning. They bring home 2, add on. 4-1 is the score here. Menlo Park on top as we head to the top of the fifth inning.
The catcher, number 16, Ethan Lopez.
Top of the fifth inning here. Jesus Munguia is back to work. We got a couple of defensive changes to notify you about. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Stevie Murata will remain in the game at second base, take over for John Ringer. And Dom Nahar, the all-star selection, will take over in left field for Kieran Baker at the top of the order. Baker got his at-bats in, and now Dom Nahar will get some opportunities. Cutter there misses wide for Munguia, and then I'll bring it to a 2-1 count here to the 9-hole hitter Ethan Lopez. 2-1 pitch will be lined into center field. Tyler Wong will race back and make the play for the first out.
Nice jump from Wong to track that one down.
Could have been very costly right there as Tyler Wong shows off his range in center field. Usually we see him, well, we see him playing all over the field. We've seen him in the infield, now seen him in the corner outfield. Now in center field, shows that he plays all over the field. It'll be a pinch hitter for West Coast Kings.
Which 34? 34A.
Always a little bit of a scramble when the Kings come into town, as they have a couple of jersey numbers that match, as Jake Castagnola will be the batter. First pitch is in there for a called strike, curveball for Munguia. Pitch that we've seen him use sparingly so far, gets the called strike right there. Oh, one pitch is inside for ball one. Munguia going to the changeup there. Does not get the call, misses a little bit inside. And the 1-1 count. He will take in there for a called strike, a pitch that was a little similar to the one previous, but gets the call there, didn't on the previous pitch. Another changeup. And the 1-2 pitch from Munguia. Swing and foul it all to the left side.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for West Coast Kings Black, Castanola.
Munguia's had to work a little bit harder in these last 2 innings, but his offense keeps helping him out. And
he's going to help himself out there, making a nice routine PFP. So Castagnola grounds back to the pitcher for the second out. That'll bring the top of the order back up, and Josh Paris.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Sorry, Michael Aikawa will be due up.
Aikawa.
Castagnolo was pinch hitting for Josh Paris. Aikawa to Lewis and Clark will take ball 1 in the dirt from Munguia. Goes to the slider there.
Aikawa has flied out to left. That was back in the first. And last time up with the bases loaded, popped out to second.
Umpire at first base says he doesn't go around. A tough day so far for Michael Aikawa, who is 0 for 2. Especially with that last one might sting for him, potentially still in the back of his mind. Popping out with the bases loaded. Kings picked him up. Well, the Menlo Park Legacy defense picked him up, allowing 1 run to come across for the West Coast Kings as swings and misses right there brings the count to 2-1.
He's getting a third look at Munguia, and not too often in the BACL that a hitter gets a third look at an opposing pitcher.
Munguia is definitely a pitcher who is very rare in the BACL, a guy that'll go multiple times through the order. However, there's a reason for that. It's because he can mix in a bunch of pitches. Saw him go to the cutter twice there. Swing and a miss and then a foul ball.
The strike away from qualifying for the win, Munguia.
Bring the count to 2-2. 2-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Down. Nope. Ball is dropped at the plate. Tag is applied by Ethan Payne. Down goes the hitter, Munguia, with another strikeout. We will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Menlo Park still on top, 4-1.
Leading off the inning for the Legacy, the designated hitter, number 4, Blake Cowens.
Part of the order due up here for Menlo Park. Blake Cowens will lead things off. Followed by Nick Thompson. Still on the mound is Ryan Rodriguez. Shane Santaga is now in the game at center field for the West Coast Kings. Jake Castagnola remained in the game as well after pinch hitting in the top half of the inning in right field. First pitch was a ball, and bring the count to 1-0 to the 4-hole hitter Blake Cowens. 1-0 pitch will be a breaking ball outside for ball 2. Seen the pitcher Rodriguez now miss with his breaking ball outside a handful of times. Doesn't really look like he has a great feel for that pitch so far.
And Cowens lined a solid single to left last time, just last inning off of Rodriguez.
Saw a very elongated last half of the inning as Cowens fouls that one back to the screen. Nick White was just in here. It sounds like Jesus Munguia's day might be over. Next guy out will probably be Christian Klosterman. 69 pitches on the day for Munguia has definitely gotten the job done in line for the win, if the Legacy are able to hold this for him. Cowens a swing and a miss there on the sinking fastball. So the count is even now at 2-2. Rodriguez has a pitch to work with here. Fastball is wide for ball 3, so the count will be full now to Blake Cowens. Mentioned a lot of guys are able to get on base. Blake Cowens does 4 out of 10 times, 400 on base percentage even on the season.
And you mentioned Klosterman, maybe the next pitcher to come into the game. The only full-time pitcher with a lower ERA than Munguia, but we should mention that Blake Cowens pitched a scoreless 9th inning back earlier in June.
Now batting, third baseman, number 5, Nick Thompson.
So remember that very fondly as Blake Cowens had a blast out there on the mound, was able to touch mid-80s, which is something that not even a lot of the legacy pitchers can do. So very, very fun stuff from Blake Cowens, who draws a walk right there. Christian Klosterman is now moving around, throwing in the legacy bullpen. First pitch to Nick Thompson is high for ball 1. On deck is Kyler Bittner, the shortstop. Ryan Rodriguez out there for his second inning of work has definitely struggled with command at times. 2 runs were in as he picks over to first. Cowens is back easily. First base coach Jesse White over there signaling him to get back.
Thompson, the switch hitter, started out in the left batter's box against Clisby, has since turned it around and facing the lefty Rodriguez.
Always love to mention that when Nick Thompson is at the plate as he fouls one back. Clips the umpire a little bit, but it looks like everybody's okay back there. That'll even up the count, 1-1. Nick Thompson, a guy that can do everything for you. Like we mentioned, hits from both sides of the plate, plays all over the field. Definitely a fan favorite and a coach favorite. Able to plug him in anywhere in the lineup against any pitcher. Check in on Cowens again. Usually a catcher, but Cowens does have some speed over there, so Rodriguez will be careful with him.
And should have fresher legs today. He's doing the DHing, and Payne is behind the plate.
Maybe a little bit more jittery to get some action in, as he's been on the bench pretty much all day except for when he's at the plate. As Thompson will take that pitch outside for ball 2. So he will have a hitter's count here, 2-1. Like we mentioned, the shortstop Kyler Bittner is awaiting on the on-deck circle. Ethan Payne, if this inning continues, will be after him. 2-1 pitch is low and inside for ball 3, so Nick Thompson continues to work the count. 3-1 count now to him as we see some West Coast Kings pitchers heading down to the bullpen. Of course, a lighter bench as usual with the West Coast Kings might signal longer leashes for the pitchers on the mound. 3-1 count to Thompson is grounded foul heading over towards the pitchers who are running down there. Making a play over there is one of the West Coast Kings pitchers. Fastball inside on that last pitch kind of jammed Thompson, but he'll get another pitch to see. Payoff pitch coming from Rodriguez. Runner goes, a swing and a miss. The throw down will be wide as Cowens steals second. The ball doesn't get far enough away for him to take third, so he'll stay there. Thompson is down on the swing and miss, and that'll bring up Kyler Bittner.
Kings going for the classic strike him out, throw him out.
Now
But
batting,
the throw,
shortstop, number
a
8,
good
Kyler
bit
Bittner.
wide from Ethan Lopez.
Yeah, I was watching this YouTube video the other day of kind of smart baseball plays, and they were saying how swinging and missing is sometimes smart when the runner's on the run. We saw Pablo Sandoval of the Giants maybe a decade ago do that. Allowed the runner to get it to second base and over to third. Fortunately there, the ball didn't get far enough away from the second baseman as Lopez did make an errant throw. Kyler Bittner takes a fastball outside for ball 1.
I mean, there are many, many tough parts of a catcher's job, but going into your throwing motion as the bat flies in front of you, it's definitely one part of what makes it really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of catchers get hit on backswings at times. Luckily enough there, Ethan Lopez was not, but definitely a very, very tough occupation behind the plate. Bittner in the driver's seat here, 2-0 from Rodriguez is outside for ball 3. And as our lovely broadcaster Nate Martin loves to say, don't expect him to swing here on a 3-0 count.
I don't expect him to either.
3-0 coming. Runner goes. Cowens will be safe at third. Bittner draws the walk. And so there will be runners at first and third here for Menlo Park. The batter will be Ethan Payne.
And look at the catcher Cowens speeding his way
Now
around the
batting,
bases.
the catcher, number 15, Ethan Payne.
Now, like we mentioned at the beginning of the inning, Blake Cowens a catcher, but he will have some speed. Has 2 stolen bases now this inning. The catcher behind the plate today, Ethan Payne, at the plate now looking to drive in his fellow catcher teammate.
And this is a great opportunity. Runners at the corners and 1 out for Bittner to take off for second when he wants. And there he goes.
Definitely a traditional first and third opportunity right there. Catcher very wisely does not throw down to second. So there will be 2 runners in scoring position now for the Legacy, who are already up 3. Looking to extend it here with Payne at the plate. Payne hitting .238 on the season, 407 on base percentage. Base is open with the 9-hole guy on deck. 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. We've seen Rodriguez kind of just nibbling around the strike zone, missing a lot of pitches arm side. Of course, as a lefty, that does tend to happen sometimes.
Sparky Bray calls the infield in. Doesn't want this 3-run Legacy lead to grow too much larger.
Payne will look at a pitch in the dirt for ball 3. And so completely in the driver's seat. Again, do not expect him to swing here. Base is open. Will Florio, the 8-hole hitter, on deck. .3-0 coming. Swinging a foul back. So Payne does swing. Potentially looking for that cookie right there as the Legacy dugout is loving it. As the ball boy gets beat by the West Coast Kings dugout. Legacy dugout is not really loving it. Will Florio on deck. Ethan Payne at the plate. Base open. Runners on second and third. Legacy are up 4-1. The 3-1 pitch. Ethan Payne lines one into center field. That ball will get down for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. The second runner is being waved around. In comes the run. He will score. Payne over to second base. He will be safe. And the Legacy extend their lead at 6-1 now. Menlo Park.
Great piece of hitting from Payne, lacing her right back up the middle.
And that's just baseball 101 right there. With the infield in, you just got to get something in the air, drive it into the outfield, and he does just that. Brings in 2
Now
runs.
batting, first baseman, number 22, Will Florio.
And now Menlo Park taking a very commanding 5-run lead over West Coast Kings here. So the new batter will be Will Florio. The Menlo Park Legacy have put up 2 runs on the board each of the last 3 innings.
Last time up, Florio reached second on the error by Stout in center field. It was a hard hit ball, though.
It was a hard hit ball. Definitely a tough pill to swallow if you're Sparky Bray and the West Coast Kings. Seemed like that play kind of opened up the game for the Legacy, who have not looked back since. Stevie Murad is on deck. Pinch ran for John Ringer in the last inning, looking to get his first at-bat here. Payne dancing around, fakes taking off as Florio smokes one down the left field line. 82 off the bat. Sounded firmer than that, but is a foul ball.
Absolutely great sound off the bat. I would have guessed that Florio hit it harder than 82 as well.
Apologies for our camera falling over there. Usually when the pitch comes in soft, it goes out soft. So we saw 80 miles an hour in from the pitch right there, 82 off the bat. 1-1 count coming. It's a breaking ball that's way outside there. Two and one the count to Will Florio. The pitch is popped up. The catcher Lopez might have a play heading over towards the Legacy dugout, and he does not make the play. So Will Florio, who was granted a second life his last time up when Josh Paris was not able to catch the ball in right field, is now granted a second life for the second at bat in a row, as Ethan Lopez is unable to catch that ball to the backstop.
But the high pop fly behind the plate in foul territory is always hard for a catcher to track down. And that one was right up against the netting for Ethan Lopez and also facing away from the field.
Werner Payne goes, and he will be safe. Stolen base, another one for the catchers. They are tallying it on now. Pitch was wide for ball 3. So that'll fill up the count here against Florio.
The Legacy giving Christian Klosterman plenty of time to warm up in the home bullpen.
Looks like he's very ramped up now. Looks like he will be coming in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Will Florio will draw a walk. Another one issued by Ryan Rodriguez, and Sparky Bray might have seen enough. We'll be right back here after this mound visit.
Number 34, Stevie Murata.
Welcome back in here to the bottom of the 5th inning. New pitcher on the mound for West Coast Kings Black is Isaiah Mercado. The Legacy have the runners on the corners here, with only 1 out for Stevie Murata, his first time at the plate. Dom Nahar, awaiting his first time at the plate, will be on deck. Just subbed out Kieran Baker in the top half of the inning. Legacy already have 2 runs in, 1 more at 90 feet away, and runner dancing off for second. Throw will be made, but the runner at third, Payne, does not take off, so it'll be a straight steal there.
And those 2 runners now on second and third, Florio and Payne. Rodriguez just left the game. He is responsible for those 2.
So a quick mound visit here from Ethan Lopez, giving the rundown here to Isaiah Mercado. 9-hole guy at the plate. We've already seen the 9-hole guy be walked twice. The base is open, like we've mentioned before. However, the leadoff guy is on deck. Of course, it's a new leadoff guy now with Dom Nahar, but definitely a threat still, as he was an all-star nomination for Nick White. 1-0 pitch from Mercado is wide for ball 2. And Stevie Murata in the driver's seat now. Murata, another late addition, like we mentioned with Ethan Payne, always fun to figure out which number they will be. Number 34 for Murata. Number 34 on the mound, and Mercado, as he will miss down low for ball 3.
And Sparky Bray, I'm thinking, took out Rodriguez because he was having trouble with command. He walked 6 batters, but the new guy now, Mercado, with a 4-pitch walk to the 9-hole hitter.
So we've seen the Legacy 9-hole hitter be walked 3 times today.
Dom Nahar.
The West Coast Kings have also had their 9-hole hitter walked once. So 4 walks to the 9-hole hitter. Both managers are probably seething right now. However, that's how the game has been going, with Dom Nahar due up for the first time. First pitch from Mercado. Nahar will take in there for a called strike. Zone will expand a little bit more with a 5-run lead for the Legacy.
Nahar now into the game, should be looking to swing the bat if Mercado gives him anything to his liking.
Nahar, great season so far for the Legacy. Definitely always a threat when he's on the base paths. At the plate as well, we've seen him be a very reliable slap hitter for Nick White. 1-1 pitch is lined into center field, chasing the center fielder back. He will have plenty of room to make the play. The runner at third, Payne, will tag. No throw to the plate, so the Legacy will add on. It's 7-1 now on the Dom Nahar sac fly.
Now batting, right fielder. And your attention, please. For the Legacy, pinch hitting for Donnell Daniels, number 20, Roman Trinidad.
So the Cal Berkeley commit Roman Trinidad will take this at bat here with the Legacy now up 6. We're going to expect to see Coach Nick White empty his bench a little bit more, get some guys some opportunities. Roman Trinidad, another late addition to this Legacy ball club, although a very welcome one. Part-time baseball player, part-time singer. Roman Trinidad will go ahead and see this first pitch from Isaiah Mercado. Runners did not advance on that sac fly, so they will stay at first and second.
Certainly getting at bats for the guys on the bench, a luxury that Nick White has now with a 6-run lead.
Runner goes. Both runners go. A delayed steal at first. Definitely not expecting that was the second baseman, so both runners will be safe. 2 runners will be in scoring position now. The pitch was a strike. Trinidad will have a couple of runners in scoring position now, looking to add on to his RBI totals.
So many of these Legacy base runners have nearly been automatically moving up at least a base here in this inning. In total against Rodriguez, They stole 4 bags, and now I think it's 3 already off Mercado. And the Mercado and Lopez battery.
As that pitch is behind Trinidad, we're seeing Mercado work out of the windup even with runners on. Of course, now there's no real steal situation, although we're not against Will Florio potentially stealing home here, giving us some excitement up 6. Of course, he doesn't want to take this at bat from Roman Trinidad with 2 runs in scoring position. 0-2 pitch coming from Mercado as Trinidad chases a pitch in the dirt. So the inning will end just like that. Mercado gets the swing and a miss from Roman Trinidad. Legacy leave 2 on, but they score 3. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning. It's 7-1 Menlo Park when we come back. Welcome back in here, top of the 6th inning. It brings a new pitcher to the mound for the Menlo Park Legacy. Christian Klosterman, the tall right-hander, will come in for Nick White. First pitch sinker for a called strike there. Klosterman has been one of the more dependable bullpen arms for Nick White's ball club this year. 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss as the bat goes flying off onto the left side over towards the West Coast Kings dugout. Luckily, nobody is hit by that, but never a good sight to see. As that'll be a ground rule double for the bat. It bounced over the wall right there. Christian Klosterman features a 3-pitch mix. Normally we'll see that sinker, which today looks a little bit firmer than usual. 85 on that last pitch.
And effective out of the bullpen, to say the least, for Christian Klosterman. A 0.82 ERA mark entering today's action.
Has been absolute nails for Nick White and pitching coach Tyler Quesadilla, as that sinker is grounded over to the shortstop. Bittner is not able to make the play, so it'll be a weakly hit infield single. Unfortunate there on the changeup, induces weak contact, but no outs.
Now batting, third baseman, number 17, Jacob Johnson.
And that's going to go down as a hit, but another tough play for Bittner at short. He went for the bare hand and couldn't get the grip on it.
Sinker inside. Payne is not able to catch it. The runner will be able to advance over to second, so quickly on the pass ball, the West Coast Kings will have a runner in scoring position. Of course, Menlo Park has a very commanding lead right now, so they're not necessarily worried about that. Jacob Johnson, the batter, will take a sinker in the dirt for ball 2. Mentioned a couple times now, Christian Klosterman will go to that sinker a lot. Saw the changeup already on that weak hit. Also has a curveball that he will mix in there sparingly. Two-0 pitch from Klosterman is inside for ball 3.
Klosterman in relief, of course, of Munguia, and we'll give credit to Munguia for his 5 innings of work. He gave up 1 unearned run on 3 hits and a walk, and he punched out 4 Kings batters.
So Klosterman will issue the walk there to Jake Johnson. And Quesadilla will make a trip out to the mound to talk to his right-hander, who allowed a single and then the walk. We'll be right back after this.
Fielder number 30, Shane Santaga.
So Shane Santaga will take his first at bat here of the day. Came in as a defensive replacement in right field. Klosterman got a little talking to from the pitching coach. Will fire in a strike right there. Always good to see if you're the pitching coach. Seems like the Legacy are a little bit more responsive to pitching coach visits. We've seen the Legends kind of struggle firing that first pitch strike after a mound visit, but the Legacy have been pretty much automatic because that pitch is rifled down to left field. That'll get down for extra bases. 1 run will come in to score for the Kings. The throw will go to third, and Bittner caught the ball, and it looked like it beat the runner to the base, but on the tag, the ball came out of the glove of Bittner, and so everybody's going to be safe. It's going to go down as a double for Santaga, who gets the RBI.
Now batting, second baseman, number 5, Gio Martini.
So the Kings quickly tag Christian Klosterman for a run. 2 runners are in scoring position now. First pitch is high for ball 1.
Klosterman, we had mentioned, had the 0.82 ERA. That's his 2nd earned run all season long.
1-0 pitch is fouled back there as the ball boy is going to run over and does not beat the West Coast Kings on deck hitter Angel Rivera to that foul ball. Always a treat to see the ball boys out here, always having a fun time as that changeup is wide. Looks like Klosterman might employ a splitter grip as we only see 784 spin rate on that pitch. However, with splitters always comes the command issues and always tough to grip pitch, especially if you don't have big hands.
That one it got away from him.
2-1 pitch is inside. So, Klosterman, like we mentioned, that last pitch getting away from him. A lot of pitches have been getting away from him. He's already walked 1. Now has a 3-ball count to the hitter at the plate, Gio Martini. 3-1 pitch from Klosterman is fouled off towards the left side. Nobody's going to have a play on that. It goes out of play. So Klosterman now will load up the count. Nobody warming in the Legacy bullpen. Looks like Klosterman's going to try to get out of this inning. Maybe a little bit of bad luck and a little bit of some tough pitches. As that pitch is lined back into center field, Martini's going to have a base hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score on that play. Florio cuts it off, and the Kings are fighting back in this game. It's 7-4 now.
Now batting, first baseman, number 33, Angel Rivera.
So the 2 RBI single for Gio Martini makes it 7-4 Menlo Park.
And simple piece of hitting, the ground ball up the middle from Martini. We don't really see shifts here in Legacy's games, and so that up the middle knock is always in play.
A little bit tougher to shift on, guys, especially as that throw over to first gets away from Klosterman. Florio was not able to put a play on that. The runner's going to go all the way to third, as another errant throw almost costed them a run, but Bittner's able to make a nice play there to keep that ball in the infield. So the errant pickoff throw from Klosterman is going to prove costly, and now there's another runner in scoring position for West Coast Kings Black.
That's a devastating misfire to first from Klosterman, giving the runner 2 bases. Pickoff move is routine, but there's a lot of foul territory if it gets by the first baseman.
Something about the Bay Area and their foul territory. Of course, Oakland Coliseum loves their foul territory. Over here at San Mateo, we also enjoy a lot of foul territory over here, which is great if you're a base runner who gets on base via an errant throw. Not great if you're a pitcher making a pickoff throw. One pitch was inside to the hitter Rivera, and Klosterman again falling behind the count here. 2-1 pitch from Klosterman is fouled back.
And it's a little bit unexpected that with that single from Martini, the Kings are now out hitting the Legacy 6-5. It's been a lot of walks and stolen bases in the Legacy rallies.
2-2 pitch is way up, almost hits the hitter Rivera on the head, but it goes over his head. Breaking ball that got away from Klosterman there. Legacy had 3 errors on the board. Definitely a reason why West Coast Kings have been able to climb back in this game, as that sinker's a swing and a miss right there. First one of the day for Klosterman, gets the first out of the inning.
He really needed that first out there. And a nice pitch dotting the bottom
Now
of the zone.
batting, left fielder, number 19, Drake Poitras.
Textbook sinker there from Klosterman. A great pitch. Looks like a fastball the entire way until it dives under the bat of Rivera right there. First pitch is in there for a called strike, so maybe that swing and miss strikeout, a little vote of confidence there for Klosterman, who gets the first pitch strike there. Oh, one pitch is grounded over the second baseman, who boots it and goes into right field, so it'll be another run, another error for the West Coast Kings.
Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Ethan Lopez.
So the Menlo Legacy defense, who has really struggled with making routine plays, fails to make another one right there. It's a 4-run inning so far as that pitch sails on Klosterman. Now on the board, we got 4 errors from Menlo Park. They're still up 2 runs, however, you really have to wonder how many more runs they'd be up by if they didn't have those 4 errors, or if those 4 errors were 2 errors or 1 error. 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. Catcher Lopez at the plate will take ball 2, as it looks like maybe that pitch was pretty close, but the throw didn't really allow the umpire to have a good look at that, so it'll be ball 2.
The second back pick we've seen today from Payne. Seems that he's got his head up at all times behind the plate.
2-1 pitches inside. Yeah, Payne definitely looks like he's always trying to find that extra out, especially right now when pitcher's struggling a little bit, the defense is struggling a little bit. However, always got to be careful with that back pick that you and the first baseman are on the same page, or else we could see another errant thrown, like we mentioned. A lot of foul territory here at College of San Mateo, as Klosterman's got him picked off this time. The throw will get Poitras, and so a strikeout and a pickoff will allow Klosterman to get 2 outs this inning. Last pickoff throw was errant, and this time nails a strike over to the first baseman Florio, who fires a dart over to the shortstop Bittner to get the out of Poitras right there. Another arm was ramping up in the Legacy bullpen. However, now with 2 outs, it's most likely that Christian Klosterman will be allowed to finish this inning. 3-1 pitch coming in there for a called strike. And Klosterman now with 2 outs. We'll throw a payoff pitch here to the 9-hole hitter Lopez. By the way, the 9-hole hitter has been walked 4 times today. As that pitch is grounded over the shortstop Bittner, who throws over to first, and it's the 3rd error of the day for Kyler Bittner. 5th error overall for Menlo Park. 2nd this inning. 3rd this inning, excuse me. We got a pinch runner here. Ethan Lopez is out of the game.
And your
He's been in
attention,
there.
please. For West Coast Kings, pinch running for Ethan Lopez, number 13, Brady Wright.
So Brady Wright
Now
will take
batting
over
for
for
West
Ethan
Coast Kings
Lopez.
flag, the right fielder, number 34, Jack Castanola.
Top of the order now due up in Jack Castagnola.
Castagnola came into the
First
game
pitch.
for Paris and
Line into right field and putting it away there for an out. And the end of the inning, a very dreadful top half of the inning for the Legacy. A struggle on the defense, a struggle on the mound will allow West Coast Kings to get back into this game. 4 runs in the top half of the inning. When we come back, Menlo Park still holds a 7-5 lead. Welcome in here to the bottom of the 6th inning. We got some defensive changes for the West Coast Kings. Now on the mound is the right-hander Drake Poitras, who had been playing the field. And some fun stuff going on behind the plate as Brandon Clisby, you might remember, started the game off on the mound, was also the designated hitter, now behind the plate, showing his versatility. First pitch from Poitras is in there for a called strike, 80 miles an hour on the gun, to Tyler Wong.
And Wright, the pinch runner, is now replaced Poitras in left field. And with Clisby catching, the Kings no longer have a DH.
However, with a guy that was already in the lineup on the mound now, I'm certain that they do not really care. So a 1-1 count to Wong will be a ball wide there. Brings it to a 2-1 count. Nobody warming up for the Legacy, so it looks like Klosterman will be allowed to go back out there. Kind of a struggle of an inning in that last half inning. However, a lot of it was inflicted via the defensive mishaps. Tyler Wong drawing a 3-ball count yet again. 3-1 the count.
The top of the inning definitely frustrating for Klosterman, and the fielders probably feeling for him as well with the way they contributed defensively.
Yeah, potentially looking for those fielders to put some runs up on the board to back up their pitcher here, as Wong will see a full count pitch fouled off to the left side.
Wong steps in 1 for 3 with an RBI double, 2-run double.
Wong doing everything he's been doing the entire season, driving in runs, hitting balls hard, as that ball is hit hard in the center field. However, it looks like it'll be very routine. A little bit of miscommunication out there between the center fielder and right fielder. However, that will be the first out of the inning.
And it's now Shane Santaga out there in center field, who came in for Carter Stout a few innings back.
First pitch is inside for ball 1.
It's Cooper Winton digging in from the left side.
Cooper Winton, a guy we haven't really seen very often here at College of San Mateo, has played a lot of his games on the road. 1-0 count coming will be inside for ball 2, so quickly drawing a hitter's count here. Two-0 pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate. Winton swinging at what would have been ball 3, and instead of foul ball will be 2-1.
Winton into the game makes Blake Cowens done for the day. He went up to the plate 3 times, reached twice, and scored a run.
Winton grounds one over the second baseman, boots it over there, and he will reach. So the scouting report on Cooper Winton was a lot of speed, as he will be able to reach right there.
Stuart Cash.
Stuart Cash will take his first at-bat here. Official scorer calls that an error, E4 there. So Winton will not be credited with the base hit, even though it was a fairly hard hit ball. Stuart Cash will look at ball 1 upstairs. Winton is the runner on first. Kyler Bittner getting a talking to from Nick White is the hitter on deck. Stuart Cash at the plate, 1-0 count. 7-5 Menlo Park. Cash will take in there for a called strike. Nick White continues to empty his bench with Cooper Winton on first now at the at-bat there. Still haven't seen Ryan Farr, who, like we mentioned earlier, is getting a very much needed day off today as Stuart Cash swings through the fastball for strike 2. One-two pitch to Cash is a breaking ball that's spoiled off to the right side. So we'll do it again, 1-2 the count. Curveball there from Poitras.
As you said, good for Farr to have a day off. He's 3rd on the team right now in plate appearances. So he's been busy every day.
Cash pops one up to the right side, but it will go foul. Winton, not knowing if that pitch was going to be caught, heads back over to first, but it does not matter. We'll do it again, 1-2. Making Poitras throw a lot of pitches here, like we mentioned, Ryan Farr. 3rd on the team in plate appearances, getting a very much needed day off today. A lot of guys that Nick White can plug in up the middle and around the corner, so not necessarily a need to have Ryan Farr out there today as Stuart Cash keeps battling at the plate. Runner goes. The pitch will be high. The throw down to second will not get the runner. Winton, who we mentioned has a lot of speed, steals a base here. Just narrowly avoiding the tag right there. And Stuart Cash takes ball 2. So with 1 out now, Stuart Cash has worked his way back into this count, 2-2. Runner in scoring position now. Pitch is upstairs for ball 3, so seeing Cash foul off a lot of tough pitches, seeing him take a couple of good pitches here. Sparky Bryce signaling to his first baseman to get off the bag a little bit, potentially a pull situation here, although the other fielders are still straight up. Payoff pitch coming to Cash is fouled back. Continues to work this at bat.
Poitras sequenced the looping curveball that just couldn't get quite down enough to the pitch before, and then the hard fastball, he got Cash to be late on it.
So the payoff pitch again to Cash is fouled off again. Stuart Cash continues to foul off a lot of tough pitches here from Poitras. Very frustrating if you're the pitcher on the mound here for Stuart Cash to be a tough out here. So we'll do it again.
Looking at the 11th pitch of the at-bat.
As the breaking ball will be upstairs for ball 4. Phenomenal at-bat right there from Stuart Cash.
Wins the battle there with Poitras. Quality plate
Now
appearance.
batting the shortstop, number 8, Kyler Bittner.
So Kyler Bittner will now be the batter. 2 runners on now after the Stuart Cash walk. Still a runner in scoring position. Menlo Park definitely needs that run more than they have in the previous innings. Now only up 2 as that first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Ethan Payne, the catcher, is on deck.
Bittner has walked twice. Hasn't had to take the bat off his shoulder too often.
Does so there, fouls that one back to the backstop. Runner Winton at second, we mentioned, has a lot of speed, dancing off of second base, potentially trying to draw a throw here from the pitcher Poitras, however, kind of ignored to this point. One's on the board, 1-1 count, 1 out, 2 runners on. The pitch to Bittner, as Winton goes, breaking ball will be outside, no throw. Winton is safe by a country mile, and he will have his second stolen base. Runner at first did not go. Cash maybe didn't get the memo that we were stealing there, but there will be runners at first and third. You can expect him to take off at some point during this at-bat.
Exactly now with the first and third. Less than 2 outs again.
Breaking ball is popped back. Looks like the catcher will not have a play as that fouls off the screen. Clisby's getting a lot of action today. On the mound earlier, now back behind the plate.
It's a rare combination, even in collegiate summer ball. See someone pitch and catch in the same game.
Definitely an oddity, and something that we've seen a lot from BACL players, a lot of first times. As, like we mentioned earlier, Stuart Cash is going to take off at some point. He does so there. Throw into third, trying to backpick Winton, but he's back in safely standing. And so now there will be 2 runners in scoring position for Menlo Park, who are desperately needing to answer back here after the 4-run top of the 6th. Payoff pitch here is wide for ball 4, so Bittner will draw his walk third of the day. Brings up Ethan Payne with bases loaded.
An error and 2 walks to load
Now
the bases.
batting the catcher, number 15, Ethan Payne.
Another rally that might not feel quite legitimate till the Legacy get a true base hit.
Yeah, the Legacy have had a couple of these rallies that have kind of been gifted to them by the Kings. However, You can say that on the other side of the ball as well. The legacy of giving a couple of rallies to the Kings as Ethan Payne looks at strike one. Second pitcher that's at bat is outside for ball two, so count is even now at 1-1. Bases loaded, one out here. Legacy up 7-5. The 1-1 pitch is a little bit low for ball two, so Payne will have a hitter's count here to work with.
It's corners in for the Kings and middle infield back, double play depth.
The 2-1 pitch is in there for a called strike, catches the outside corner, so count will be even now at 2-2. Payne will have to battle here to get on base. The 2-2 pitch is line in the center field, chasing the center fielder back at the rim of the track, will make the play. Winton will come in to score easily. Everybody else is going to move up 90 feet. And the Legacy now have 2 runners in scoring position. The RBI off the bat there of Ethan Payne allows Will Florio to come to the plate with 2 on. And now it's an 8-5 Legacy lead.
Now batting, first baseman, number 22, Will Florio.
Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Only 80 degrees. We've seen a lot warmer here at CSM. Of course, it's also not very windy here today, so the heat is getting to us a little bit, but staying cool here in the press box as the first pitch to Florio is outside for ball one.
It certainly appeared hard on the pitchers, the heat today. We are on the tail end of the wave.
1-0 pitch to Florio is lined into center field. That's going to get down for an RBI. 1 run will come in to score. The second runner will be easily waved home. Will Florio will head to second, and he will be in there with a 2 RBI double. So the Legacy answering back here after the 4-run top half of the inning for the Kings. They now have 3 runs on the board. Will Florio crushes that baseball.
Florio been hitting the ball fairly hard all day, but he was 0 for 2. Hadn't had something to show for it.
34, Stevie
Now
Marotta.
a hard hit 2-run double. And the Legacy doubling up. And the Kings 10-5.
First pitch to Marotta is in there for a called strike. So Poitras has been having a little bit of a struggle there on the mound. Definitely not helping himself with a couple of walks here, but have to keep going here as the breaking ball is upstairs. Nobody's still warming in the Kings bullpen, like we mentioned a couple of times now. Kings are tasking a lot of their position players to pitch today. Poitras one of them. Marotta grounds one back to the pitcher Poitras, who's not able to field it cleanly, and he will be able to reach. The throw gets away. Will Florio will come in to score easily. Marotta's on his way to second, and he will be safe.
Single, E1.
So a single and an error will allow the run to score. It'll be the 4th run of the inning for the Legacy, who get their lead right back. Marotta reaches on the
Now
base
batting,
hits.
left fielder, number 25, Dom Nahar.
And that'll bring up Dom Nahar. First pitch to Nahar is fouled back. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Murano will be on second after the error. So another runner in scoring position for the Legacy, who already have 4 runs on the board. 11-5, Menlo Park on top. The 0-1 pitch is skied into right field, having a play on it, although Sun having an effect, and he will race over and make the play. So Menlo Park puts 4 runs back on the board. They answer right back against the Kings. When we head to the top of the 7th inning, it'll be 11-5 Menlo Park.
For Menlo Legacy, number 35, Kai Price. Leading off the inning for West Coast Kings, the shortstop, Michael Akawa.
Welcome into the top of the 7th inning here at Menlo Park. Brings in a new arm, Kai Price on the bump now for Nick White. First pitch will be in the dirt, ball 1. Second pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. Dom Nahar, the new center fielder, will range over and stop it from moving over.
Changes. Moving to the third base, Tyler Wong. Moving to shortstop, Stuart Cash. Moving to first base, Will Florio. Moving to center field, Dom Nahar. Now playing at first base and batting sixth, number 37, Alex Tolberg. Now batting for West Coast Kings, the catcher, number 27, Brandon Clisby.
So Kai Price, the new pitcher, usually features a 2-pitch mix, 2 different types of fastballs, the fastball and the sinker. Also has that breaking ball, the curveball in the high 60s. Goes to the fastball there, gets the called strike there on Brandon Clisby, who is now the catcher, had been the designated hitter, had been the pitcher as well.
Klosterman now in the dugout. Had a 30-pitch 6th inning. And he yielded 4 runs, 3 of them earned, on 3 hits and a walk.
Yeah, rough day for Christian Klosterman, who had been oh so dependable for Nick White. Runner fakes, and Alex Tolbert is beat by that as he yells runner, and Legacy dugout is sure to give him a tough one after that. 2-1 the count to Clisby now. Kai Price, like we mentioned, throws 2 different types of fastballs. Both of them will be in low 80s. 2-1 to Clisby is in the dirt. Great stop there by the catcher Payne, stopping the runner at first from moving over 90 feet. However, now the count is 3-1, so might not matter if he issues a walk here. Kai Price has been used very sparingly for Nick White's ball club so far, but has gotten some innings in here and there.
This is our 6th time seeing Price. Well, 6th time he's appeared on the season, fewer times at home, and it's been a little bit of a rough go. The ERA currently sitting at 8.44, but only
Now batting, third baseman,
only
number
5
17,
and a third
Jacob
innings.
Johnson.
It's been a very mixed bag so far for Kai Price and a very limited sample. Nick White trying to give him as many opportunities as possible to turn his season around so far. A single and a walk will have 2 runners in scoring position, or 2 runners on now as that pitch is lined into left field, chasing the center fielder Nahar over as that ball will drop for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. The runner will move over to third from first, and that'll be an RBI double. And West Coast Kings are answering right back. It's 11-6 now.
Now
Right,
batting,
just-
center fielder, number 30.
Just as
Shane
the
Santana.
Legacy extend their lead back to 6 runs, the Kings start chipping away again, same way they did in the 6th inning.
First pitch is way inside, almost drills the hitter. Yeah, like we mentioned, Kings have been a very pesky ball club, a very, very pesky offense. However, Menlo Park has definitely allowed them to get back in this game at times. So far, not the case, although you can argue the walk, but 2 base hits in this inning. 1-0 is the count. Pitch will be in the dirt. Well, in the turf, I should say. No dirt here except for the mound.
On the topic of the turf and the dirt, we see a lot of hitters stepping into their box with their routine of brushing away the dirt, maybe, and digging in, maybe kicking it away a little bit. But here at CSM, it's just turf, so they're kind of shadowing the motion.
Yeah, when I was over with Fullerton Baseball earlier this year, we went over to Hawaii, who also has a turf field, and I kind of remarked to one of the pitchers why the pitcher on the mound over there, they have a turf mound, why he was kind of picking at the dirt, even though there's no real dirt, and he kind of said, well, baseball players are people of habit, so you'll see the batter still pick at the dirt even though there is no real dirt. 3-1 is the count here to the batter, and he will take his base. Second walk issued by Kai Price. So the bases will be loaded, nobody out, already 1 run in here for the West Coast Kings who are looking to add on. Nick White's going to go out and have a talk with his pitcher, potentially spell the end of the day for Kai Price, who's struggled with command and been battered around here a little bit. We'll be right back after Nick White has a talk with Kai Price. Welcome back in here to the top of the 7th inning. Nick White elects not to go to his bullpen, although they do have a pitcher warming up out there. Looks like the tall right-hander Kurt Kinsler, one of the few pitchers that was slated to go today for Nick White. So right after the mound visit from the head coach, not the pitching coach, see two pitches that are catching the strike zone. One of them a called strike, the other fouled back to the screen. The 0-2 pitch from Kai Price is way outside for ball 1.
I think the pitch after the mound visits today, each time have been a strike for the Legacy.
1-2 pitch is a fastball in the turf for Kai Price right there. 2-2 is the count. Kurt Kinsler warming up in the bullpen. Also talked to Nick White, said that might see Sean DeBoard as that's a cold third strike on the inside part of the plate. Batter not happy. Nick White continues to scream, "Bend, don't break," which has certainly been one of the top mottos for the Legacy so far this year.
And your attention, please. For West Coast Kings, pinch hitting for Angel Rivera, number 35, Andrew Gamble.
So the pinch hitter will be Andrew Gamble. We'll have a 35 versus 35 matchup here as Kai Price delivers the first pitch in the turf for ball 1.
With the bases loaded, everyone in the infield is playing back for the Legacy. Makes sense with a 5-run lead. Looking to get outs here, more important than keeping the runner on third from scoring.
And definitely when you have a larger lead, not necessary to risk a play at the plate, potentially get your catcher hurt. Nick White electing to do the smart thing here. Although, of course, as a pitcher on the mound, you're not necessarily happy with that, but you kind of got yourself into the situation, so you're going to have to dig your way out of it to keep your ERA intact. Curveball in the turf there for Kai Price, so it'll be a 2-1 count here to the batter Gamble. Mentioned Sean DeBoard is also at some point scheduled to pitch. Would imagine he'd be the pitcher if this game gets close. He was absolutely dominant last time we saw him. 3 innings of perfect baseball for the tall lefty out of Westmont.
Yeah, he earned DeBoard. Did DeBoard earn the post-game interview when he pitched last time?
He absolutely did. He was shoving that day, as the kids say. 2-2 pitch coming to Gamble will be chopped over to the shortstop Cash, and a little bit of miscommunication will allow 1 run to score. The second run is going to come in to score. Throw goes to third. Cash will get the out on a greedy base runner, but 2 runs coming to score on that play. A little bit of miscommunication there from Tyler Wong and Stuart Cash, who are playing on the left side of the infield for the first time this inning. 2 runs make it an 11-8 ball game. So West Coast Kings continues to battle back in this game. So after Menlo Park allows 4 runs to come in on the top half of the 6th, they now allow 3 runs to come in here in the top of the 7th. So Kevin Ferrudo will be the new batter. He will be jammed over to first, and Alex Tolbert just narrowly misses that pop fly. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Like I mentioned, if you weren't able to follow along on that last play, the Ball was hit over to short. Stuart Cash and Tyler Wong a little bit of difficulty communicating amongst themselves. 2 runs scored. The hitter Gamble reached on first. However, the runner who was on first tried to get over to third, and Tyler Wong was able to fire a strike over to Stuart Cash, who was covering at third, got the out. Furuta quickly falls behind in the count here, 0-2. Kai Price, who has surrendered 3 runs already, has looking to get out of this inning. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the top half of the inning. Furuta goes down on strikes. However, the West Coast Kings are able to strike for 3 runs. When we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, it'll be 11-8 Menlo Park.
Furuta at bat. Leading off the inning for the Legacy, the right fielder, number 20, Roman Trinidad.
Welcome back in here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Legacy are up 11-8. West Coast Kings are able to bring in 3 runs in the top half of the inning. Due up for Menlo Park here is the lefty Roman Trinidad, who looks at ball 1 way outside. New pitcher on the bump for West Coast Kings Black is Kevin Furuta, who just struck out to end that last inning, bringing a little bit more fuzz than we've seen from the other West Coast Kings pitchers. 84 on that first pitch, 82 on that second pitch, as Trinidad quickly gets ahead in the count, 3-0.
And Furuta working very quickly out of the gates here.
3-0 pitches, line in the left field. And a bad first step there for the left fielder will allow that ball to get over his head. Roman Trinidad very fast. Round second, heading into third. The throw will be errant, and Trinidad will be in there diving with a triple.
Trinidad, as the coaches always advise, put his head down and chugged straight to third.
Tyler Wong.
Yeah, Roman Trinidad, definitely a hitter we've seen has some of the most speed on the Legacy team, and that'll bring up the ever dangerous Tyler Wong, who already has a few RBIs on the day, looking to bring in another one here. First pitch was a slider in the dirt for ball 1. Second pitch is a fastball in there for a called strike. Tyler Wong always very selective at the plate, so watch a couple pitches. Like I mentioned, Kevin Furuta very quick on the mound. Not really a thinker out there like a lot of pitchers who take time out there. 2-1 pitch to Wong. He is way outside for ball 3, although might want to see Furuta here if you're Bray take a couple seconds and recoup. He's thrown 7 pitches, only 2 of them have been strikes. One of them was the triple to Trinidad. As Wong flies that one into center field, it'll certainly be deep enough to score the run. Trinidad will basically jog home. No throw was even attempted. So the Legacy will get one of those runs right back. It's 12-8 now in favor of Menlo Park.
And another sacrifice fly today for the Legacy. They've been getting the job done with fly balls deep enough a number of times today.
A lot of selfless players like we've seen on the Legacy, very willing to give up their at-bats for the betterment of the team. Tyler Wong right there doing that. Also helps that you're adding on to your RBI total, which Tyler Wong has a couple of already on the day. Cooper Winton looks at first 2 pitches outside as Furuta's not even allowing me to speak about that last pitch before he throws the next one. 3-0 is the count now to Winton. He's had a 3-ball count to every single one of the hitters. And he will look at ball 4 way inside.
And as you said, Furuta, quick thinker and quick worker here on the mound, and that's probably going to mean his mix is keeping it simple with a fastball and a slider.
So far, the 2 pitches that we've seen Furuta employ definitely seem to throw a lot of those fastballs early.
Stuart Cash.
Stuart Cash, who took over for Nick Thompson, will be the batter. Second at bat of the day as he fires in a strike in right there to Cash on the changeup. Cash will look at that curveball inside for ball 1. So the count is even now to Cash, 1-1. Runner at first, Cooper Winton, who we mentioned has a lot of speed, has already stolen 2 bases today, and right on cue, Furuta will check in on him right there. Alex Tolbert awaiting on deck will look to get his first at-bat. He subbed in for the first baseman, Will Florio, in the top half of the inning, as Stuart Cash will look at a fastball outside for ball 2. Cash lifts a lazy fly ball into center field, but it will drop in there for a base hit. Cooper Winton bluffs like he's going to go to third, but doesn't. So a little weakly hit pop fly, 66 miles an hour off the bat. However, it'll be a line drive in the box score like we always love to say. 2 runners will be on base now and bring up the ever-dangerous Alex Tolbert, who has a lot of pop in his bat.
Now batting, first baseman, number 37, Alex Tolbert.
Nick White did some pretty complicated reshuffling with the defense in the top half of the inning. Tolbert's batting in Kyler Bittner's spot in the lineup. Bittner was at short, Tolbert's at first, and the rest of the players on the diamond move it all over to accommodate that change.
And we'll allow our official scorers here in the scorebook to keep track of that. Of course, very difficult if you're on play-by-play to remember where everybody was at and where everybody moved to. Alex Tolbert swung right over the first pitch and then looks at a curveball in the dirt. So the count is even now, 1-1, 1 out. 2 runners are on after the base hit by Stuart Cash. Tolbert swings and misses the throw. So the runner at second took off for third. The throw went to first, trying to backpick Stuart Cash to catch him sleeping, but unsuccessful was the catcher. Count is now 1-2 after the Tolbert swing and miss. Runners at the corners now. Of course, you will probably see Stuart Cash take off at some point. 1-2 pitch is a slider, swung and missed that. Cash takes off, throw goes to second, and the so we will have the old-fashioned batter's interference as Alex Tolbert interfered in the way of the catcher there, which means that Tolbert is out swinging. The throw to second does not count, even though it was an errant throw. Runner at second is out, and that will end the Legacy's inning. One run comes across for Menlo Park when we head to the top of the eighth. It's going to be 12-8 Menlo Park with Kirk Kinsler, the new pitcher. Welcome back in here, top of the eighth inning. Now Kirk Kinsler on the mound for Menlo
Leading off
Park.
the inning for West Coast Kings Black, the left fielder, number 13, Brady Wright.
Brady Wright will be the batter. Kirk Kinsler will take the mound for the first time in a while. We haven't seen him. Can vaguely remember him pitching in the home opener, or excuse me, the season opener for Menlo Park.
And look at that extreme over-the-top delivery.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting delivery arm action there from Kirk Kinsler. Way over the top. He's featuring some of the slower stuff we've seen from Menlo Park pitchers. 74 on the fastball. And as is customary with pitchers who are way over the top, we're going to see a lot of cut action on their fastballs. However, rest assured that these are all four seams. 2-1 pitch from Kinsler is going to catch the outside part of the plate for a strike. So deuces are even here. 2-2 is the count.
And when you're not throwing as hard as everyone else, of course, Kinsler's going to have to paint the corners. That's what he did there for strike 2.
And does it again right there. Called third strike. Down goes right on the fastball. 73 freezes the right fielder.
Now batting, right fielder, number 34, Jack Castanola.
So Jack Castagnola will be the new batter. Kinsler makes quick work of Brady Wright. First pitch from Kinsler is in there for a called strike.
Kinsler, the fourth pitcher in the game for the Legacy. Kai Price left after 1 inning. He threw 26 pitches in that one frame. Gave up a 3-run inning, and only 1 was earned on a pair of hits and a pair of walks.
And so far it's been just kind of how you've drawn it up if you're manager Nick White and pitching coach Tyler Quesadilla. Jesus Munguia for 5 innings, and then they had 4 guys slated to go after him and assumed that they would all get 1 inning. Klosterman and Price did their job. Kirk Kinsler is on the verge of getting his second out of the inning. Of course, he has to get there. And still in the wings, like we mentioned earlier, Sean DeBoer will be slated to pitch at some point today. Most likely in the 9th inning. However, if Kirk Kinsler makes quick work here, maybe that will change Coach Nick White's mind a little bit. The 2-2 pitch is upstairs to Castanola, so count will run full.
You mentioned pitching coach Tyler Quesadilla. Is there a nickname story there, Victor?
I don't believe it's a nickname. I feel like it's an actual name, as that pitch is lined in the outfield, and Roman Trinidad will put it away. So 2 quick outs here for Kurt Kinsler. Yeah, not really a nickname. I think it's a real name, but definitely a great last name.
Number 7, Michael Akawa.
So Michael Aikawa, one of the few hitters that Sparky Bray hasn't subbed out yet, will be up to plate. First pitch from Kinsler misses high, and so it'll be a 1-0 count. The 1-0 pitch will miss a little bit low there. So 2-0 the count here to the 2-hole hitter Aikawa. Down there in the bullpen, we see Sean DeBoard kind of moving around. The 2-0 pitch is lined past the diving first baseman Tolbert. It gets into the outfield. Trinidad will field it out there. It'll be a base hit for Aikawa. Softly hit off the bat, 65 miles an hour. However, Stuart Cash had a similar hit. So I guess everything evens out when it's all said and done.
Now batting, the catcher, number 27, Brandon Clisby.
Brandon Clisby will be the next batter. After the single from Aikawa, Kinsler will check over there. Always funny to see when the pitcher, who pitches way over the top, kind of has a different move. But Kurt Kinsler's not one of those pitchers. He throws over the top regardless, whether he's throwing to first or to the plate.
I was noticing that a lot of times pitchers have to change their motion between pitching and fielding.
Notice that a lot on the legend side of things with guys like Dawson Raddick and Richard Keel throw submarine style. We got the complete opposite here in Kurt Kinsler. They kind of have to go a little bit more traditional sidearm to get the ball over to first, especially Raddick, who throws literally 2 feet above the ground, as Kinsler's going to spike a fastball. Great play there by Ethan Payne, who's definitely done a good job behind the plate today. The 2-1 pitch misses high, so Kinsler will run it to a 3-1 count here.
And absolutely, Payne's had a good day. He's been alert, saved maybe a run or two with some nice blocks, and a good day at the plate as well.
One of the few fielders on the legacy side that probably hasn't had Nick White bashing his head into a wall with 6 errors on the board for Menlo Park today. Payoff pitch from Kinsler, runner goes, and that pitch is lined into left field. A loud sound off the bat. Clisby's going to head over to second. The runner's going to score easily, so it's going to be 12-9 now. And on the payoff pitch, Kinsler surrenders the RBI double. So West Coast Kings continues to answer back against the Menlo Park Legacy. They scored a run in the bottom half of the inning, and now in the top half of the 8th, West Coast Kings add another one.
We haven't had a scoreless inning here since the top of the 5th.
A lot of action here. 106 off the bat on that last pitch from Clisby, who, by the way, if you remember, started this game off on the mound. Seems like a while ago. 2 hours and 45 minutes into this game. We're still going.
106. I don't know if I've seen a ball on the TrackMan hit harder than that this summer.
Definitely one of the hardest hit balls we've seen all year. I can't quite remember what the hardest has been, although I can imagine Tyler Wong is definitely up there for the legacy side of things. Don't know if he's hit a ball 106 yet, but Clisby really showing that he can do a lot of things on the baseball diamond. 2-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, so it'll bring it to 2-1.
And Klesby's talent, he's at a Monte Vista High School, earned him a spot on New Mexico State's baseball team.
And one of the few players for West Coast Kings that is committed as he lines one in the center field. The center fielder, Dom Nahar, will make the play. And that'll do it for West Coast Kings in the top half of the inning. In the bottom half of the inning, when we come back, it's going to be 12-9, Menlo Park.
Leading off the inning for the Legacy, the catcher, number 15, Ethan Payne.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Menlo Park Legacy are looking to add on before they have to go into the top of the 9th inning. Sean DeBoer will get that task to close things out. It would be a save situation, however, the offense is looking to make it not that, as Ethan Payne will get the first hacks. First pitch is fouled off. So quickly, the new pitcher, Jacob Johnson, who moves over from third to first, or excuse me, from third to the mound, will quickly be ahead 0-1.
Johnson goes to the Colorado School of Mines. That makes him a teammate of Legends player Evan Bilter.
Oh, 2 pitch here from Johnson to Payne, is lined into center field, chasing the center fielder back. He makes a great leaping play to retire Ethan Payne here. So after the web gem, if you will, in center field, there will be one out.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22, Will Florio.
And apologies real quick on the broadcast. We did have to switch from our mic to the camera after the camera low on battery, but we will be here for the rest of the game on the iPad. A little bit worse quality, but we're here to watch a Legacy win, aren't we? The 1-0 pitch to Florio is fouled back. So the count will be even now to Will Florio. Stevie Murata waits on deck.
As we get towards the end of this game, we can take a look.
That ball is lined in the left field. That's going to be over the left fielder's head. Will Florio will have his second double of the day.
He's been smacking the ball today, especially his last 2 times up, those 2 doubles.
That ball was absolutely crushed. I mean, we mentioned that in the top half of the inning, hadn't seen the ball hit 106. That was 103 right there, so definitely getting a little bit closer to reaching Brandon Clisby.
Now batting, second baseman, number 34, Stevie Murata.
I was interrupted by Will Florio's loud contact. As we get to the later part of this game, Legends are looking ahead to the BACL playoffs next week, and they currently sit in first place in the league at 11-4. This win would be a great way to pad that lead in the BACL.
And Nick White's ball club kind of struggling out of the gate. However, we will mention that they were playing some upper divisional opponents. I mean, you take a look at their early on contests against the Lincoln Potters and the Sonoma Stompers. Stifled a little bit out the gate, but since BACL play, they've been on a rampage pretty much. They are 11-4, looking for their 12th win today here over the West Coast Kings.
And for the Kings' part, they're sitting at the bottom of the standings at 8-14, but putting up a good fight today.
Yeah, the Legacy have definitely done a lot of damage against West Coast Kings. Potentially a little bit of resentment on the Kings' part.
Now
They'll
batting,
get back
center
here
fielder,
against them.
number 25, Dom Nahar.
So after the walk there to the batter, it'll bring up to the batter Stevie Murata will bring up Dom Nahar. 2 runners on base, 1 out. First pitch was a ball to Nahar. The 1-0 pitch is going to miss outside, so pitcher Johnson now a little bit of a struggle on the mound here to start his day. Dom Nahar in the driver's seat here, 2-0. 2-0 pitch comes, and he grounds one over the shortstop. Shortstop, the second baseman, will get the force at second. However, the speedy Nahar will be able to not draw a throw, and he will reach on the fielder's choice. So the fielder's choice advances the runner from second to third, but
Now batting,
2 outs
right
now.
fielder, number
Bring up
20,
Roman
Roman Trinidad.
Trinidad tripled on a gapper line drive last time, showed his speed around the bases.
Trinidad grounds the ball over to first base, and the first baseman, literally stepping on the bag, secures the ball in his glove. So runner at third does not score. Legacy are not able to add on to their lead. It'll be 12-9 when we head into the top of the 9th inning. Sean DeBoer will come in trying to close this one out for Menlo Park.
starting Shane Santaga.
Top of the ninth inning, Menlo Park commands a 12-9 lead as Sean DeBoard enters the game. The tall lefty out of Westmont looking to close things out here, getting the Edwin Diaz treatment as he comes into the game. First pitch from DeBoard is high for ball one. Last time DeBoard was out on the CSM mound, we saw him throw 3 innings of perfect ball. Tall lefty out of Westmont College was the player of the game for that day. 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2, so a couple of upstairs misses. Brings the count to 2-0 to Shane Santaga to lead off the inning.
Maybe a little bit of adrenaline in the save situation and a couple of clear misses from DeBoard to start his 9th inning.
3 misses in the same location, not something you want to see if you're a pitching coach. DeBoard quickly falling behind 3-0 to Santaga here. And another pitch that will be high. But not like DeBoard's necessarily finding the strike zone right now or making an adjustment out there on the mound.
Now batting, second baseman, number 5, Gio Martini.
So quickly have to work out of the stretch here after throwing 4 pitches out of the windup, and Gio Martini will be the batter. A little bit of a favorable matchup for DeBoard, who now misses in on Martini, backs him out of the box. Definitely not the pitch you want to make if you're DeBoard right there, but it does open up the outer part of the plate if you are on the mound after throwing a pitch up and in. DeBoard finds the strike zone on that fastball right there. Brings the count to even 1-1.
Just what he needed. A deep breath and strike 1 to Gio Martini.
As we mentioned, opening up the outer part of the plate, but doesn't get the call on that one. So that'll bring the count to 2-1. DeBoard has only thrown 1 strike so far in 7 pitches. Martini is going to pop one foul. Ethan Payne's going to race over, and it'll hit the screen.
Again, Ethan Payne, quick to his feet, flipping off the mask. Just didn't have a play to make there as the ball hit the netting.
Yeah, he hasn't had anything necessarily to show for it so far, but he's definitely been working real hard behind the plate. Definitely one of the intangibles that Nick White loves to see from his catcher. DeBoard now in a 2-strike count has a pitch to work with, and he'll use it upstairs, ball 3. So the count will go full here to Gio Martini.
The big pitch on the way. Doesn't want to let Martini get on with the walk.
As he fires in a strike, but Martini's just able to spoil it off the glove of Ethan Payne, perhaps a little frustrated with himself there. Couldn't catch the foul tip, but we will do it again here. 3-2 is the count. Payoff pitch is way upstairs for ball 4, so a crucial pitch goes the way of the West Coast Kings, and they now have the tying run at the plate. Pitching coach Tyler Quesadilla will go out and talk to his pitcher. We will be right back after this mound visit.
Now batting, first baseman, number 35, Andrew Gamble.
So 2 runners are on now for DeBoard, both via the walk, and that'll bring up Andrew Gamble now. Tying run at the plate, 12-9 Menlo Park. First pitch is a great changeup in there for a called strike to the right-handed hitter.
Yeah, we've seen fastballs from DeBoard to this point. It goes the off speed to get strike 1.
Goes back to the fastball there to get a swing and a miss from Gamble, and quickly he's ahead 0-2 after the mound visit. Said it a lot during today's broadcast that pitching coach visits have been the magic so far for the pitchers. Don't know how much magic, but, you know, West Coast Kings do have 9 runs on the board. Of course, a lot of that Has to do with the Menlo Park Legacy defense allowing 6 errors, as that's going to be a weakly hit ground ball back to the pitcher. Ethan Payne fires over to third and he gets the runner. What a heads-up play by Ethan Payne.
And his efforts all day have been leading up to a play like that.
The official scorer will call that a base hit. However, the runner at third is eliminated.
Number 8, Kevin Ferruta.
A very, very long lead off the bag at third after the base hit. Ethan Payne spinning over and throwing the runner out at third is going to prove costly here as he goes back to the changer for ball 1. So a very important first out here on the board. Goes back to the fastball there. Gets a strike on the outside part of the plate. Brings the count to even 1-1.
A catcher helping out his pitcher. Doesn't get better than that.
It's got to feel real good for Ethan Payne, who's been working really hard behind the plate today, like we mentioned a couple of times now. Finally gets rewarded there on a heads-up play. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. So the count will be brought back to even here. DeBoard has a pitch to work with here on a 2-2 count. Two from DeBoard, and that pitch is fouled off there. Goes to the elevated fastball, but able to spoil it off there at the plate. Kevin Ferruta, who's been on the mound before, definitely knows what it feels like to be on the other side of this, where the batter continues to foul off a couple of pitches. DeBoard looking for that ever elusive first out that you would say he's necessarily earned. Obviously, that first out was courtesy of Ethan Payne, as a little chopper over to short. Stuart Cash goes to second for 1. The relay to first, and won't get the runner for Ruda at first. So fielder's choice there. A great play by Stuart Cash. The throw is a little late to get the runner at first. It'll be 2 outs now for West Coast Kings. They still have the tying run at the plate, but with 2 outs, that
Now
tackle is a
batting,
little bit
left
trickier.
fielder, number 13, Brady Bryant.
Runners at the corners. First pitch changeup is upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch way outside for ball 2. So DeBoard, who had been pretty good on that last batter about throwing strikes, falls behind here 2-0 to the batter at the plate right. 2-0 is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Swings over the fastball right there. 82 on the gun from DeBoard.
For all the miscues in the field today, it'd be great to see the defense helping out DeBoard earn the save here in the ninth.
2-1 pitch is in there for a called strike. 82 on the gun again. That one catches the outer part of the plate. And so the West Coast Kings are down to their final strike here. The 2-2 pitch outside for ball 3. So have to do it again. DeBoard did have a pitch to give there. Runs the count full now. Runners at the corners, you definitely don't want to let the tying run on at first. Payoff pitch. Foul back. Like we mentioned, that runner on first would be the tying run if he reaches. Runner at the batter at the plate would be the winning run, or the go-ahead run, excuse me. Payoff pitch to the board, and that ball will be upstairs.
Frustrating to get down to the last strike and then lose the batter on a walk.
Now batting, right fielder, number 34, Jack Castanola.
So it'll be the top of the order, and Jack Castagnola with the bases loaded now. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning as that pitch runs way inside, almost clips the batter, but doesn't. So it'll be a 1-0 count.
Looked to me like it did clip him, but maybe.
That one definitely clips him, and that'll bring a run in. So DeBoard on the breaking ball misses inside, a little too inside. So Kings are going to bring a run home. definitely makes the board's job a little tougher now.
Well, it was right that he lost to the
Now batting,
walk.
the shortstop, number 7,
And then-
Michael Akawa.
A hit by pitch to make matters worse.
A very tense situation here at College of San Mateo. The two-hole hitter Michael Aikawa with the bases loaded, tying runners at second. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Always love to see that in a tense situation when your pitcher goes out there and throws a first pitch strike to the middle of the order. 82 on the outer part of the plate. Aikawa flinches at the changeup. Second base umpire says he doesn't go around. I'm not entirely sure how the second base umpire is supposed to have a great view of that, but nonetheless, it'll be a 1-1.
Aikawa, if you're the Kings, is a guy you do want to have up in this situation. He's one of four guys in their lineup who's still in, who started the day. And he's been near the top of the lineup every time the Kings have visited here at CSM.
Aikawa, great hitter. 1-2 pitch from DeBoer is grounded over to the third baseman. The throw from Wong. Tolbert makes the play. And just like that, Menlo Park wins this game 12-10. So Menlo Park, after a very tough defensive side of the ball game, not necessarily the greatest of outings from the pitching staff, despite the efforts of Jesus Muguia, come out the win. The bats came alive today. 12-10 is your final.
Next up for these legacy is the All-Star game tomorrow. Next time they'll be at the College of San Mateo is Tuesday against the California Red Tails.
12 runs, 10 hits,
The
6
Red Tails
errors,
will be in
11
town
runs,
against the
For West Coast
Legacy
Kings Black, 10
BACL All-Star
runs,
game
11 hits,
tomorrow.
3 errors,
The
10
Legend will be
runs left
taking on the
on.
Sonoma Stompers
Winning
later on
pitcher today,
today in
Jesus
Sonoma
Muguia.
at 6. The winning pitcher for today's ball game
Loss
is
goes
Jesus
to Ryan
Muguia.
Rodriguez.
The loss goes to Ryan Rodriguez, and the save
And the
goes to
save
Sean
goes to Sean
DeBoer.
DeBoer. Time of
For
today's
Victor
game,
Martinez
3
and Gabe
hours and 4
Bernstein,
minutes.
this has been the Menlo Park Legacies broadcast. Today's game. Signing
And the
off here
next